Now, the final subject of conversation today, I was looking through the interesting stats of the week, seeing what we could talk about. I saw that J.D. McKissick had 14 targets today. I thought, that's pretty interesting. But, how it's not really impactful, right? But what it made me think about was the fact that I was really high on Antonio Gibson coming into the week. Coming out of the bye, I thought maybe Washington would commit to Antonio Gibson. Alas, no, J.D. McKissick is the guy. And then I thought about some other situations around the league. It made me think about how Jonathan Taylor last week, I had the same thought process. Let me play Jonathan Taylor in DFS. Well, then he gets out-touched by Jordan Wilkins and by Nyheim Hines, which made me think about how I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire ranked as my 5th highest ranked player in best ball and season long, ahead of Dalvin Cook, no less. But we don't have to talk about that right now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You can't, the Chiefs don't trust him. They brought in Le'Veon Bell. Jonathan Taylor. Can't separate from legitimate bona fide scrubs, Jordan Wilkins and Nyheim Hines. DeAndre Swift. This dude can't be Adrian Peterson. 46-year-old Adrian Peterson out for touches. J.K. Dobbins. Nothing to write home about. Gibson. Getting out targeted by J.D. McKissick. Cam Akers. Playing behind Malcolm Brown. Is it time to call it, Joey, with this running back class? Is it a wash? Is this a bust of a class for the 2020 running backs?
I think it's a bust for the season. I don't think these players are busts in terms of, dynasty value. I think all of those running backs still have enormous value in dynasty formats. In redrafts, though, they are 100% busts, especially CEH. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is teetering on, my scale of being one of the biggest busts in 2020 so far, just due to his ADP of pick 105 or 106, depending on what site you look at. I was never drafting him that high, so that take ended up working out in my favor. Was never on Jonathan Taylor in the 3rd round. You can go back on our YouTube videos and see the Antonio Gibson clip where people were legitimately destroying us and telling us that we shouldn't be podcasting and that we're just absolutely terrible and we don't know what we're talking about when I said that I wasn't drafting Antonio Gibson. Cam Akers, I know we made a bet, Cam Akers, CEH, both of them, don't really have roles on their team right now. So this class has been terrible. I think COVID definitely impacted the running backs' integration into their offenses, obviously with no OTAs, no mini camps, no time to prep, only had about 10 practices before the season started, which I think hurt all of them. And I would say it's easier for a rookie wide receiver to produce than a rookie running back, especially when you have to learn the pass protection schemes and then obviously learn all of the running schemes as well in those specific offenses. But I also think the coaches play a part too. A lot of the running backs on these teams, their coaches are certified donkeys. So I think it goes hand in hand.
Everyone debated in, Dynasty all offseason, CEH or Jonathan Taylor 101, when the real answer was James Robinson all along. Who would have thunk?
Yeah, the real answer was neither of them. Just Joe Burrow or Jerry Jeudy was the right answer, but nah. These running backs have just been trash, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a bust. JT is a bust. DeAndre Swift isn't doing anything. J.K. Dobbins is nothing right now. Cam Akers can't even touch the field. It's truly a tough scene.
I guess we'll have to check back on them this offseason and see how many of them are able to keep their jobs